Yes, guys, welcome to Bala Sports. How you guys doing? Charles, what's going on, brother?
Ooh, what's going on? How was your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was great, man. Spent time with the family. How about yours, your Thanksgiving?
Same, man, same. Not too much going on. Enjoy our time together.
It's always a good thing, although Black Friday wasn't fun for the Eagle fans. We should get over it now to the next game.
Right, right. I know. I mean, I was rooting for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Can't win them all.
Not at all. Not,
Hey, man, listen. It's tough being the champs. You know that. You gotta come defend that title. Everybody want a piece of you.
well, we're not doing so much great job at it, but we're still 8-4 moving forward, which is a good thing. I guess. But speaking of NFL, bro, a lot of things going on in the NFL this weekend, man. Whew.
Man, it's so much to cover.
A
I don't
lot
know
of
where we gonna start.
That's what I
Go
was just about
ahead.
to say that, man. There's a lot going on. A lot happened. I don't know if this is the week where playoffs has been decided or if this is just one of the weeks where we get to see who's really in, who's really not, because I see how there's a lot of upsets that happen, especially with the Rams and moving forward. But one of my favorite topics that I really want to discuss, because maybe the Cleveland Browns should have done this a little earlier, or maybe not. 49ers 26, Browns 8. The 49ers ran through the Cleveland Browns on this one, man. How do you what do you think about Shadell first start at home? First of all, let's start with that.
Let's say I man, listen, Shador is I mean, it's a team game, man. I mean, he only had a week and a half of practice. You can't blame him. It's a team loss. The defense didn't play too I mean, they played good, but they wasn't able to get to the quarterback, you know, and put that pressure on Purdy like they do other quarterbacks. I mean, receivers still dropping passes, Shador overthrow a little bit, but that's all comes with team chemistry. You know what I mean? Like it's only a week and a half together, so I won't I won't I don't think too much of it. It's a loss. I mean, Niners came in and did what they needed to do.
Although like the box score says a lot, the what didn't say much of the game, but I feel like the 49ers, they dominated this game. I mean, Shador finished 16 of 25, 149 yards, one touchdown, no picks. They didn't turn the ball over. But what more impressed me was the 90-yard touchdown drive that he basically with just being a quarterback, I mean, we all know he capable of being playing that position. But, of course, now moving forward, everybody's gonna ask this, man, should there be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season?
I mean, I think that's a lock, of course. Why I mean, he haven't give you no reason why not. Even like I seen something where, you know, after the game where he was just talking about the overall team chemistry, and he was and a reporter asked him about Stefanski play call, and he didn't throw Stefanski under the bus. That's leadership right there. Shador, that's what you want in your quarterback. You want somebody that give you that leadership that's not going to throw players under the bus, or coaches or anybody in the staff. So of course, he just showing leadership as he should. And I think anybody should want that from their starting quarterback, especially like after the game where Jared Judy, I don't know if you've seen the little altercation on the sideline during the game. I don't know what that was all about, but it seemed like Judy was maybe upset that he overthrew him on the pass, but he should be the last person uh, sit up here complaining with the quarterback. First of all, you're number one in drop passes as a receiver. You have the most drop passes, 9 or 10 drop passes, or something around that nature. And then what you did last week, where you fumbled the ball on a possession where you could have scored. I mean, I don't want to get into that. I know we talk about Shador, what I mean, and the Cleveland Browns organization, but I feel that need to be talked about because there's not a lot of light being shined on that yet. And as a receiver, You can't throw yourself the ball. You need a quarterback to throw you the ball. That and knowing everything that Shador has been going through, you doing that on the sideline, that doesn't help. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't help at all. Especially you want to be best friends with your quarterback. You don't want to, create that negative energy already in his second start. Come on. You should know. You're the veteran of the team of a receiver. You want to be the number one. First of all, you messing up your money. You know, you messing up your money because Shador will get you the ball if you open. Any quarterback can get you the ball when you open. And it's not just Shador. If any receiver like Antonio Brown, T.O., they always had that problem in the locker room, and that's the reason why they're not paid now. And he's just going to follow in their footsteps if he continue to do it.
That's it, bro. So, I mean, I know a lot of people want to put a blame and everything else in this game, but you can't judge him by one game. And I agree with what you say. He's definitely should be the starter for the rest of the season. He's a starter from here moving forward because the only reason why we're talking about Cleveland Browns is because of Shadow. I know a
Correct.
lot of people tune in to watch him play because Cleveland play because of him. So I don't see why they waited this long. But I guess, hey, man, they also drafted a quarterback and now they went through all the process, but they ain't working out for them. I think Shadow definitely should be the starter moving forward, man. You
Think about
100%.
it in 2 games. Think about it in 2 games. We talk about more. The world talk about more than Shador Sanders than they do the number one pick, Cam
Yep.
Ward.
That's what's about to get
Cam
to,
Ward is
man.
the number one pick, and he's playing. The team is playing horrible.
That's my next question to you, man, because I know you got a lot of insight on this question right here, man. What's
Good
going on with the
segue,
number
I
one
guess.
pick, Cam Ward in Tennessee? Horrible season. What's going on with him, yeah? The number
Man,
one pick.
I think it's just a team overall just horrible. It's not just necessarily Cam Ward playing bad. It's just the team playing bad. I don't know what's going on over there in Tennessee, but they really need to get it together. There's not a lot of action going on. There's not a lot of touchdowns being thrown. Running backs running the ball. This is a quarterback driven league. And for Cam Ward to be playing as bad as he's playing, the team playing as bad as they playing, I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's just an ugly sight over there in Tennessee. And I don't want to shine light on the negativity, but we have to do our job as analysts and analyze what's going on. The number one pick is not being talked about at all. And I like Cam Ward. I like the kid, but no one's talking about how bad the Tennessee Titans played, and I don't know why. Maybe because they're not a big market, maybe because it was so much expectations on Shador and everything that's going on around the league with Shador and backup quarterbacks and kickers missing. Maybe is shining a light more on that than what's going on in Tennessee. So
Yeah, I mean, sure, he's getting all the attention, even the number one quarterback, like you say, he's struggling out there. But that just told you why Shadow should be the face of the franchise. Because, what I mean, probably got more jerseys sell than number one pick.
exactly.
Yeah,
And Cam Ward is not a bad quarterback. Let me
he's
throw that
really,
out there. He's not a bad quarterback. It's
right.
just everything that's going on in Tennessee is just bad, man. Like I'm talking about from coaching staff to and you know this is just his rookie season. Anything can happen. You know why I say anything can happen? All you gotta do is go over there and ask that boy over there in Chicago. Look what happened
Mm,
last year. Go ask that other quarterback over there in um uh Carolina, and they
yeah.
had bad seasons last year, and look what happened. You could turn it around. It's just you got to get the right pieces. You got they going through, and this is why I say people should not criticize Shador. Look at what Bryce Young went through. You know what I'm saying? His first season, they was selling 50 cent wings to get people in the seats over there in Carolina. 50 cent tickets, whatever it was, 25 cent tickets to get people in the seats. And look at them this year, stadium packed. You know, I don't think people should put too much on the Cam Ward situation or the Shador situation. It's just their first year. Let them be rookies, let them go through their progressions, let them go through their ups and downs. And maybe 2, 3 years, you're going, you know, Josh Daniels. I mean, come on. We can name a lot of quarterbacks, you know. So let them just go through their hard times now, and then maybe in a year or two we'll come back and then maybe criticize them a little bit more on their gameplay. They got to get the feel of the game, get adjusted to the speed. You know how that go.
Yeah, but the good thing is at least there's no expectations in Tennessee, so he got a lot of time. They're
Right,
still building
right.
over there. I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon, but because that team is trash.
He said they basura.
But Suda, but dude, man, I need your help on this because I still don't understand what's going on with the Baltimore Ravens. Joe Burrow returns and Cincinnati beat the Ravens 32-14. Can they win out and win the division? Joe Burrow returned 261 yard, 24 out of 46, 2 touchdown, outplayed Lamar Jackson. This guy's a bad man.
Listen,
Can they win
I
out
don't
and win
think
the division?
I don't think they could win out, but they could definitely make some noise in the division. I mean, the Ravens is leading the division and they six.
Right, and they're 8-4. The
Come on.
Bengals are the Bengals are 8-4.
Huh?
The Bengals
No,
are 8-4.
the Bengals is not
I
eight
mean, I
and
mean, four.
four.
I mean, excuse me, 4-8.
Four and
Excuse me.
eight.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
My
You're
bad.
good. But no, they are not. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what the Bengals schedule is right now, who they play next few games. But I could tell you this: with the Ravens being 6-6, like I said, when Lamar Jackson first got hurt, if he come back, they're gonna come back and win the division. I still think the Ravens can still win the division, especially now after this big someone on social media you criticize the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, stating that he's maybe overrated.
Yeah. How do you feel
What?
about that?
How can you sit up here and call Lamar Jackson overrated? Two-time MVP. You get what I'm saying? Overrated. He's done gave you so many highlights. He done took the Ravens with bad defense, and same thing with Joe Burrow. You can't call him overrated because he was drafted in 2020 and in 2022 he was in the Super Bowl. It's just that division is such a toss up. That's why I said anybody could win that division, but I think it will be the Ravens because the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers done. That
I did,
boy look he Aaron Rodgers don't look good. We already know what's going on with Cleveland. They working on things. They not going to see the playoff. It's between the Bengals. If they could win the rest of their games, they could, make a run for it. The Ravens has a tough schedule coming up. They still got to play the Steelers again.
yep. That's the
They
next
still
two
got to play
games.
Cincinnati again.
Yep.
Like it's gonna be a toss up. But I
And
think the Ravens will win the division, but not convincingly. If with Joe Burrow back, anything can happen.
yeah. Just imagine that Joe Burrow come back, lead the team to a playoff, make it to the championship game. Yo, that would be some sick story right there,
That'd
dog.
be
That's
that'd be a
that.
sick story.
That would be crazy.
Conference championship game. Ooh. And you know what?
Yeah.
Think about what Joe Burrow did when they went to the Super Bowl. They had no defense and no offensive line.
No
If he could
offensive
just
line.
stay healthy, the best ability is what? Availability.
Availability.
If he can just stay healthy the whole season, ain't no telling where they can go.
But dude, I need your take on this because I know you just mentioned the Steelers, and the Steelers got destroyed by the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills running game take over 249 yards on the ground. Josh Allen didn't have to do much. Only they had 123 yards and break the rushing touchdown for quarterback. Congratulations to the man. But was this more about the Buffalo Bill offense finally waking up, or the Steelers just? I like to use the word trash.
Two things could be right at the same time. Both. Buffalo, man, they was running that ball, man. That's what they need to help to give a break on that arm that Josh Allen has. So when they do play teams that can score, you know, he could throw the ball more, and then you can mix it up. This is just giving confidence to your running backs and showing the NFL, hey, listen, we could run the ball too. I mean, of course, it's against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They run defense is horrible. I think this is the most yards ever given up, by running backs, I believe, or something like that. But man, I tell you, them running backs in Buffalo, they doing a good job. I mean, it is the Steelers, but still, you guys all in the NFL making good money, playing hard. There's no excuse to be letting the Bills run over you like that.
I mean, like James Cook is one of the running backs that's like I don't think a lot of people talk about him like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, yep.
I like the guy. He's always ready to work. He's there. Yo, he carried the ball 32 times. So that's a lot.
That's a lot, but that shows you how bad the Steelers' run defense is, but also how good Cook is as a running back, and it shows Buffalo need to use their running backs more often. Like,
Yep.
dude, if you win a lot more games if you mix it up and not always dependent on Josh Allen's arm,
Right.
and if you run the ball, that put more pressure on the defense, no matter what team you play against. You know, that put so much pressure on the defense. And then you could pass the ball. And then you have another option with Josh Allen running the ball.
Yeah.
Why not? You know, use those. That's a three-headed monster right there.
Right. And
You
they
know?
also got Ray Davis that had 9 carries, 62 yards. Jazz had
Yep.
8 carries, 38 yards. So, I mean, Buffalo really come out switching the whole game plan around. Just got whole school football, man. Stop us if you
Listen,
can. Yo, those running the same play back to back, the Steelers couldn't stop it. It's like,
they
that's
better
crazy.
because I know if God bless the dead, OJ Simpson was around here, probably say, run the ball. I know Thurman Thomas and them saying, run the ball. So I mean, come on, man. Like you guys have and this is where the head coach need to go back, look at film, and those running back coaches look at film and talk to the head coach just in case. Like they can make a lot of adjustments during the game if they're passing the ball against a great team, or if they're just running the ball and they want to mix it up. You guys have to make adjustments during the game. That's what great coaches do. If you're passing the ball and you see Josh Allen is through 2 picks, okay, let's start the second half running the ball a little bit more. We have a three-headed monster over here in the running back core. Let's use them more often. Let's get down, grind it and gritty, and then we open it up for Coleman, Shakur, and everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they should do. But
So,
it's Buffalo,
would that be
man.
saying, what does this mean for Buffalo's playoff race? Just the AFC period, especially for Buffalo Bills, because we know the Patriots still winning, they're blowing the Giants now, change the game because the Laker game is on. That's always, but
Mm,
what does that mean for Buffalo playoff
We will
race?
see it in what next? Not next week, but when Buffalo and the Patriots play again.
Yeah.
Maybe they could show that they could run and pass the ball. We will see. I mean, only time will tell. They definitely could make a playoff run, and they've been in the playoffs the last couple of years. And tell you the truth, I like to see Buffalo in the playoffs. It gives the playoffs some excitement. I like to see the Chiefs. Even though the Patriots is doing playing well, listen, that's another
Broncos
team
looking
that could
good.
make a run in the playoffs too. The Broncos. It's good to see them teams that you rarely see make the playoffs.
This is gonna be one of the weird ones because I got personal attached to the Vikings growing up because of Randy Moss. But
Saying
man, the Vikings got
goaded.
blown out 26-0 by the ex-quarterback they got rid of, Seattle Seahawks, of course, a better team. Did the
Mhm.
Vikings made a mistake, my guy, by
Of
letting Sam
course they
Darnold
did.
walk away?
Of course they did.
Talk to
You
me, man,
said
because
that,
this
man. I believe we spoke briefly before this, and I was telling you how Sam Darnold, you got to let him go through his progressions. He made some bad choices in the playoffs last year as a Viking. But you got to remember, this is his first. He's never been in this situation before. This is his first playoff game. This is experience for him. You let him go through and make these mistakes now. So in the future, he don't make these mistakes. Now, look who's going to the playoffs. Them Seahawks is definitely going to the playoffs. And
Right.
look where you at as a franchise, Minnesota. Whoever came up with a decision to didn't want to pay him. He's young. He's not hurt like Kirk Cousins. Of course, he made some mistakes, and I think that's what they were thinking of. They don't want to Sam Darnold make a mistake like how Kirk Cousins was, but you can't compare the two. You cannot compare the two. This is why you don't compare quarterbacks with quarterbacks because they're two different people. They have two different mindsets. They play two different ways. You go and start over with JJ and you go draft JJ. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Michigan guy, so I like JJ, but
Right.
he is not the answer. You stick with what you know. And what you know is you should have paid Sam Darnold. And now,
God, I got you 14 wins.
come on, got you 14 wins. He got a great arm. He see the field well. You got a all-star as a receiver. Come on, you're gonna waste his prime like you waste Randy Moss prime? You're gonna waste JJ Jetta prime like you waste Randy Moss prime. That's what they telling me when they made a decision like that.
Make no
Your
sense.
defense is pretty. I think the defense is pretty good. They're in a situation like Cincinnati, right? Where if your offense is clicking, it makes the defense play better. It doesn't matter if you're 32-28 in defense. If your offense play better, your defense will play better. That's the position they're in. And I'm not saying that they can't get better, but we all know Cincinnati defense is like a high school defense in the NFL. And now Minnesota is a team where, you know, they can actually be a top 10 defense if they had Sam Darnold there playing quarterback or some type of quarterback that could jumpstart that offense. That's what you need. And he was doing that last year. The chemistry between him and them receivers was fantastic last year. And then you just let him go.
Just let him
Hey,
go.
your
Now you
loss.
now
Now
you out
he's
there
in
looking for
Seattle.
what?
Yep. Yep. And
First
now that
round
he's
pick.
in Seattle doing his thing.
I don't get it. I don't get it. But you said it best. It just doesn't make no sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense. Now I know you're trying to probably JJ. I watched Michigan last season that he was there. He barely throw the ball, man.
You put your faith in a quarterback that you don't know anything about coming out the draft, than to put your faith in a quarterback that you know that got you to the playoffs last year. This is where the frustration in the Vikings fans, I feel your pain, Vikings fans, because you know why? These boys is going through the same thing. I feel your pain. So all y'all Viking fans out there, I understand what's going on. Sam Darnold was the man. You listen, Jay Jetta was already paid.
Right.
You didn't want to pay Kirk Cousins. Pay Sam Darnold for what he did in 1 year. Pay him.
Yeah.
Why not? You got the money. If Cincinnati could pay
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, Higgins,
Chase.
and Chase, why can't you pay Jay Jetta and Sam Darnold? Come on, don't make sense at all.
Makes zero sense. But that's the Vikings, man. This guys. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm about to talk about this topic, but he's kind of little because I hate the goddamn Cowboys, but you got to get credit where credit's due, man. The Cowboys win 2 games in a row at home, back-to-back games at home. I don't know why they got back-to-back games at home on a holiday. But anyways, the Cowboys beat the Eagles and they beat the Chiefs. As you asked the special questions about the Cowboys are Super Bowl contenders, because I know the fans are going crazy out there. Yes, the past 2 victories are very impressive. The defense look good. They always got offense, CD picking, no joke. Nightmare for any defenders out there. But are they Super Bowl contenders?
Hell no. Straight like that, hell no. I have no faith in the Cowboys, but I will say they are playing good. I believe they won 4 of their last 5 games. So they on a roll. Dak playing like MVP, Like I got to give credit to Dak, man. I think ever since Draymond Green a few months ago
Yeah.
said that Dak was trash, that boy had been having a point to prove. You get what I'm saying? Which I didn't agree with Draymond Green, even though I despise the Cowboys. I will give credit where credit is due. Players is different. It's just, it's the fans that make you want to
Right.
despise the Cowboys. So it's not the players. So I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. And then after they made that trade, also the Cowboys defense been playing much better. They run defense been playing much better, and that playing lights out. You got CD and you got Pickens. And there you go. The boy looking good. They looking good. The camaraderie is there. The chemistry is there with the Cowboys. And let's see what they do in the next coming weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if they make the playoffs and upset somebody. But far as Super Bowl contenders, nah, Chief, nah.
I just want to see them play outside of the AT&T Center, stadium, excuse me.
Well,
Go on the road, somewhere cold. I know their next
guess
game is
what?
going to be,
The next game in Detroit.
yeah, but Detroit is also indoor. I mean, Detroit. Come on, man.
But
I
Detroit
don't know,
is
man.
thirsty.
Detroit
Detroit is
doesn't impress
thirsty
me.
for a win, bro.
They're better.
Musa.
I'm rooting
They
for them. They're
thirsty for a
better.
win. Listen, they lost four in a row. Detroit Lions lost four in a row. They thirsty for a win. Guess who won four in a row? The Cowboys.
Cowboys, yeah. The stakes are
So,
high.
and the Cowboys, you said you want to see them play outside, right? You want to
Yeah.
see them play away. They going to Detroit, and that crowd is tough in Detroit. Trust me.
Yeah, but me at Detroit, the head coach, Dan Campbell, I'm not a huge fan of a guy that takes so much risks. How you keep going for it at your own side of the field, thinking that you're going to win football games?
That's
Sometimes it's
his
like,
style,
man,
man.
like, yeah, but
Every head coach has a style. I think it's not more of him going for it on fourth downs. I think it's more of I said this last week. I think it's more of him taking over the offensive plays. Leave that to your offensive coordinator. You already got enough on your plate. You get what I'm saying? You don't need to take over the offensive plays. Last week you missed what, four in a row on fourth
yeah.
down? Went for it, fourth down, four in a row. That's because he took over the offensive plays. No, leave that for the offensive coordinator and you can have your input. You know, it's a difference.
As a new offensive coordinator, we're dealing the same thing with Philly. I mean, I wish Nick Sirianni could take over the play calling, but this shit ain't gonna happen because he's comfortable with Kevin Patillo. This guy, you heard this read earlier. They say that few people want to throw eggs at his house or some shit. That damn, no, Philly fans, no joke.
Yeah, they ain't no joke.
Yeah, yeah. How about
Hey, hey, they were showing him brotherly love.
some eggs?
Right.
Yo,
They're
bro,
they giving them some protein. Here you go.
who's your dog, bro? Host team in the NFL right now?
Dark horse in the NFL. Man, oh man. I must say, my dark horse of the NFL will be what I Jaguar.
Thinking
They
about
are
them.
playing so they quiet, they winning. They what 8-4 right now. Like they the head of their division, the AFC South. Like, dude, what can you say wrong with they special teams playing, defense playing, wide receiver core good, running back core good. Lawrence starting to come into his own.
Yeah,
Man, like, dude, they picked up what's the receiver from in the trade or over there from the Raiders, Jacoby
yeah,
Myers. They picked him up. He was a good veteran receiver, and he's been scoring touchdowns every week since he been traded.
right.
Dark horse will be my dark horse is the Jaguars, man. Jacksonville, man. Quietly, they looking good, man.
Yeah,
What about yourself?
Kansas.
Nobody's talking about a team. Nobody's talking about.
I like what the Carolina Panthers did this weekend.
I
because
was gonna say them
you
too. I was
never
gonna
know.
say that. I'm glad you said it, man. I can't stand no Bucks because they in my division.
Right.
But
You don't know what
that
to expect from these guys. One week they looks like they're about to, and the next following week they just show up like
maybe
against the Rams. They just show up and just play real good football.
that was the best game of the week, the most exciting game of the
That was
week.
my next question. That would have been my most exciting games of the week too, bro. That game had me living up to this. Though that game was, first of all, man, the Rams are the best team in the NFL. I say, right? I give
Yeah,
them the credit. I think Stafford is doing this thing, and Adam. It seems like every game he's scoring touchdown, and they still got the Puka. Dude, the Rams
no
offense,
Puka
defense,
Nuka.
they're balling. But to
Oh,
see what
yeah.
Carolina Panthers did, that was. Go ahead,
They
take it,
went
man.
from 50-cent wings to drop top portions overnight. They went from 50-cent wings to drop top portions. I'm telling you, dude, Puka Nuka is one of those receivers you love to have, like a Cooper Cup, like
Right,
a Adam Thielen. Yo, I think he made the catch of the year where he caught it with the one
one
hand
hand,
and,
yeah.
and then cuffed it and like falling out of bounds on the sideline, stayed in bounds with 2 feet in. Man, that might be the catch of the year so far, man. That was an exciting game, man. The Rams is definitely a good team. And yeah, it was a tough loss to a tough Panthers team. I can't believe I'm saying that with my Falcons gear on, and I can't believe it. But we got a job to do, and I'm definitely gonna do it. And I'm not gonna hold no bias on this platform
I respect
because
that.
we don't do that here at Bilal Sports. We ain't biased over here. We gonna speak the truth. That's why we get paid the big bucks. You
You
get what
already
I'm
know.
saying? But yeah, the Panthers is a great pick for being a dark horse, man.
Yeah.
No one's
Speaking of
talking about them. They
yeah,
just balling out of control.
speaking of the Rams, man, are you panicked because of this loss?
Nah,
Oh, should the Ram
nah,
fans be panicked?
not yet, not yet. No.
Yeah.
If it was like three in a row during this time in the season, I would say yes. Like the um like the Chargers losing right now. You get what I'm saying? Like that's when you start to panic. Like Detroit Lions starting to lose, they losing now because this is the most important time of the year is when after week 8, 9, 10, this is where you gotta lock down and be locked in and get to work in this grind time because one little game could throw you off and then you could be up here and now you're just declining, of 1, 2 losses. Now you got 3, 4 losses at the end of the season and everybody's fighting for a playoff spot. Look at the division that we're in. The Falcons is literally 2 games out of first place.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? If you go over there to the Broncos division, everybody fighting. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That division, even though the Broncos 10-2, you still that the NFL is wide open for who's going to go to the Super Bowl. So
The Texans and the Colts. Are the Colts pretenders? Or they for real?
I don't trust them.
Me neither.
They look good, man, the beginning of the season, but what I just say, 3 losses out of 4 games. Now you declining, and that's what's going on with the Colts right now. Last 4 games, they got what 3 losses in the last 4 games. Man, that is bad, man. This is the pivotal time where they don't want to start losing because you never know. You be ahead of the division 1 minute, you blink an eye, and you in second
I
place
found
or
out.
in the wild card spot.
All right, got my favorite question I like to ask before we finish it off. Who's your most impressive team and the most impressive player for the week 13?
It's impressive team. That's a tough question, man. I think the Patriots, man. Most impressive team, man. 10-2, man. The Patriots in that division with Josh Allen. And Miami in the beginning of the year was supposed to be this giant. They're supposed to have a a three-team giant in that division. It's supposed to be Buffalo, Miami, and the Patriots. So they say, but um, yeah, my most impressive team gotta be the Patriots, man. Drake May over there doing his thing. Stephon Diggs, he's in a little slump right now, but I'm sure he'll pick it up. But that football team is playing amazing. You know, I know we always, when we talk about these teams, we always talk about the quarterbacks first. That's because in the NFL, it's a quarterback-driven league, and everything else is second. Quarterbacks are the leader of the football team, just like when you play basketball, the point guard is the leader. So that's why we focus on the quarterbacks a lot when we talk about these teams. But yeah, and far as my most impressive player, man, that is tough
There's a lot going
because I
on.
could say Drake May, but I could also go over there because nobody's talking about the Broncos quarterback,
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. Nobody's talking about what he's doing over there. Yes, they got a good defense, but he's been playing lights out too. And man, and Sam Darnold, hold on, dude. It's a lot of quarterbacks. It's
All
like
right.
quarterbacks I could talk about all day. Like Darnold is like I don't. I can't choose one. I'm gonna just go with the safe pick and say Drake May.
Right. Whew.
What
This is
about you?
my
You
most
let me
impressed.
know. I have to ask you because you got a lot of knowledge on the football game, and I ain't talking soccer.
Got you.
I know you do.
Oh man, my most impressive team. I'm gonna have to go with the Carolina Panthers. I'm impressed by them. I don't know. Like you said, man, from going for 50-cent wings to winning games like against the Rams at this time of the season, they're still in the playoff hunt. If I'm not mistaken, they might be trying to fight to win the division. I know you guys in there, but yeah, they what?
It's between them and Tampa Bay right
Yeah,
now.
and right now Tampa Bay is 7-5, then Carolina Panthers are 7-6. To see where they started from and be where they are right now. Of course, we know what happened to you guys. There's injuries and miscues and all that, but that's a division that we all thought that he's gonna be the Falcons or the Bucks who's gonna win it. So
Yep.
to see what the Carolina Panthers are doing, man, is very impressive. I like watching them play because they young quarterback. There's learning, like you said, man. You went through all that bad, good seasons, if you might call it, but this is definitely defining him. And my most impressive player, I got to stick also with the Carolina Panthers quarterback, Bryce Young. Hit two huge fourth quarter touchdowns. I was very impressed with that against the Rams. So that was huge.
That's not bad. And
That was
also
huge, bro.
going through what he went through,
Right.
being the starter, then being the bench, then
Exactly.
back to the starter. So I could see, and he's a small quarterback
It's a
too. He's
small
not a big
quarterback.
dude. You get what I'm saying? He's a small quarterback, and he's making small quarterbacks look good again because there was a point of time where it was Russell Wilson, small quarterback that was
Breeze, a
looking
small
good. It
quarterback,
was
yeah.
Drew Brees. It was the newcomer over there at what's his name in Arizona? What's the quarterback in Arizona?
Kyler Murray.
Kyle Murray. Also over there at Tua. Like those guys are falling off, and Bryce Young is actually moving up in the world. So, and I don't think Bo Nix a big quarterback. He looked kind of small on TV, but he might be a little taller than Bryce.
Yeah, to see what Price did, dude, those are two huge fourth down touchdown bombs, man, that he did in the second half. And I was like, yo, my man is ready to play, man, especially against the Rams. The Rams are the
Yeah.
best team in the league, and to see what he did and to see how the Carolina Panthers won that game, it was excited, everything about what you want to watch as a normal football fan. Like, you want to watch that kind of game. And the young brother pulled that off, man.
Yeah, they was clicking the Carolina Panthers was clicking on all cylinders. I'll give them
Yeah.
that.
Damn, man. We're not here talking about the Falcons, though, man. What you think, man? They got to finish strong or it's over for them?
Man, it's over for us, man. We got all the talent in the world and can't win no games, man. We stay. This is my life story throughout our whole career over there, in the Falcons, always winning games but can't close out on games. I have no idea what is going on. We start off since I can remember, start off winning games, even with Michael Vick, winning games, and teams come back and beat us at the end. I mean, I have no. If somebody put the juju, the weak ass Saints fans put the juju and the voodoo and the cool move. Nah, I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. I'm just playing on my Falcons, but that's our rivalry. Who knows what goes on?
Oh, do you remember the championship game Michael Vick versus the Philadelphia Eagles when Vick was hot back then, played with the Falcons when we had you guys though. I love Michael Vick. Before Lamar Jackson, there was Michael Vick. You know what I'm saying? Michael Vick was like my favorite quarterback. It's kind of weird because none of my favorite players ever played for my favorite team when I first started
Right.
watching football. That's any sport, you know what I mean? Just like basketball. First it was AI, but I was a Laker fan. Soccer, my best players, my favorite players didn't play for Chelsea until later on. But dude, I still remember that championship game,
That y'all had Donovan McNabb, right?
Yep, yep.
Yep, yep.
But the way
McNabb,
Vic was with you guys, I'm like, man, and to see what happened in the Super Bowl, being up that much point, I'm like, yo, what's going on with the Falcons, bro?
man,
Yeah,
it's
but yeah,
always story of my life, man, with the Falcons. I know a lot of Falcon fans feel the same way I feel. The biggest one was the Super Bowl, hands down. Like being up and then losing like that, man, that hurts, man. That hurt my heart to this day. My favorite player at the time was Tom Brady because me, I'm a Michigan guy and I
right,
watched him in Michigan. He wasn't the greatest quarterback in Michigan, but we stick with our no matter who it is, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? That come from Michigan. We
Well,
want to show love
now I
at
know,
all
man, because
time,
my
no matter
buddy,
what team.
so you're a Michigan fan, because my best friend, he's also a Michigan fan, bro. But what do you feel about last weekend? I guess it was last game.
Against Ohio State. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was,
we listen, we got a young quarterback and we got a young team. We'll be back. Don't worry, Ohio State. We'll get you. We won the last 3 years, so it doesn't even matter. You got one up on us.
big
And y'all
house.
have one of the greatest. They have, like that's another rivalry. There's not a lot of big rivalries in sports now. You know, that's the biggest rivalry in sports. Michigan and Ohio State. You could say Falcons and Saints. You could say, Buffalo Patriots. You could say Lakers and Boston. But other than that, I think Michigan and Ohio State is the biggest rivalry in sports. Boston Red Sox and Yankees, but it takes for two teams to be good at the same time every year. And
Yeah.
sometimes the Yankees good, sometimes Boston good, and then they play and it's not giving that excitement like how
That's the reason why too I
the
lost the rivalries with the Lakers and the Celtics because I mean the Lakers always for the past 25 years, let's call it what it is, man. We are the better team when it comes
right.
overall for the past 25 years. The Lakers were. So when I heard guys just start talking about Lakers and Boston's rivalry, I was like, yes, maybe the early days, maybe, but now it's not really as rivalry, just a history in between them. But I get what you're saying about the
You
Michigan
know why?
on the
Because everybody want to be friends and shake hands
right,
and
right,
jersey swap. Ain't
yeah,
no jersey swapping with
get out of
nobody
here.
from Ohio State. I
Yep.
wish somebody would from Michigan
Yo,
jersey swap
did
with
you see?
somebody in Ohio State.
Yo, it's so crazy to the point that when the game finished, that most of the Mexican players or fans had to stand there, make sure that Ohio State don't what do you call it, plant the flags
Plant the
at their
flag because we
stadium
did
and
that
like
to them
hell no.
last year.
I love
ain't
it. I
no
love
ain't
it.
no get back over here.
Nah,
That listen, there'd be a riot. Plant a flag if you want in Michigan. Go blue.
I don't have a favorite team, but I'm always following Penn State and Michigan. Whenever these two teams play together, man, he's always me and my buddy always get together and watch it because he's a huge Mexican fan. He goes to the games. I've been
Yeah,
to one
same.
game there, and bro, lifetime.
I'm telling
Dude,
you, man, you'll
that
never
dude.
forget it, man. You'll
No,
never forget it. I remember we played Purdue in 2017. I think that was that the last time? Maybe 2020, 2019. I think was my last time I've been there. But the year 2017 when Michigan played Purdue, man, that was one of the loudest games I've been to
Right.
in the stadium. Yeah, man, that was a great game, man. That was a
All right, my guy, man. I appreciate you for being here, man. Thanks for watching Bala Sport, man. Please subscribe, man, so you can listen to my boy Charles break down like the best of the best. I can't even describe what you do for this channel, my guy, man. You brought the whole light. You brought this sport acknowledged ways like pure, intelligent, my guy. Appreciate you for being here again, man. Please
no
subscribe,
doubt.
man. Cause you gotta listen to he got more shit to come. Follow us
A
when we
lot of
talk
stuff
about
to come,
basketball.
B.
Cause
Coming
this,
soon,
man,
man. Hey, we gotta talk about your Kansas Jayhawks. Don't worry.
pretty soon. Pretty soon. All right, bro.
All right, bro.